Hi, good morning everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marisya Azwar and I am from class E3. Today, I am going to present a research article entitled Analysis of Price Elasticity on Butter Bread Demand, a case study at Business Center and University. This research discusses how change in price can influence consumer demand, especially among students in the campus environment. The reason this topic is important is because food products such as a butter bread are commonly consumed by students, and their purchasing decisions are often influenced by price, purchasing power, and the availability of substitute products. In this presentation, I will explain the research, background, methodology, main result, discussion, conclusion, and the implication of this study. In economics theory, demand explains the relationship between the price of a product and the quantity demand by consumers. According to the law of demand, when the price of a product increases, the quantity demand tends to decrease. Assuming other factors remain constant, this research focused on the butter bread at Business Center and University because this product is one of the popular snacks among students. However, students have a many alternative food choice, such as a chocolate bread, a fried snake, instant noodles, and other affordable foods. Therefore, change in price may affect consumer decision. The objective of this research is to analyze the effect of price change on better bread demand, measure the level of price elasticity, and understand consumer behavior when facing price change. This research used a quantitative descriptive approach. The data were collected took a simple observation and interviews with seller at Business Center and Dallas University. The research compared the price and the number of purchases before and after the price increase. The main data observed were initial price, new price after the increase, demand before the increase, and demand after the increase. The analysis used the price elasticity of demand formula to determine whether the product demand was elastic, inelastic, or unitary elastic. Research result based on the observation the price of butter bread increased from 5,000 to 7,000. Before the price increase, the demand was 30 purchase per day. After the price increase, demand decreased to 18 purchase per day. This research shows the higher price cause consumers to reduce their purchase. The elasticity calculation result in a value of min 1.0. This means the demand for butter bread is classified as unitary elastic and indicates that the percentage change in price is equal to the percentage change in quantity demand. Discussion of the result, the research shows that the price has a significant influence on student consumption behavior. When the price of butter bread increases, some students decide to reduce their purchase or choose other products with a lower price. One important factor affecting this result is the availability of substitute goods. Because students have a many choice of affordable foods around business center and the last university, they can easily switch to another product when the price of butter bread increase. This finding supports economic theory from Gregory Menke, which explained that products with a many substitutes usually have a more elastic demand because consumers can easily change their consumption choice. Besides substitution, student purchasing power also affects demand. Students usually have limited daily budgets, so they are more sensitive to change in food price. Therefore, even a relatively small price increase can influence their purchasing decisions. So, that is all the explanation about the research result and discussion. From this research, we can see that a change in price can create a significant impact on consumer decisions. The result shows that students, as consumers, are quite responsive to price change because they consider their purchasing power and the availability of other alternative products. Before I move to the conclusion, I would like to give an opportunity for everyone to ask questions or share their thoughts about this research. You may ask about the research background, the method used, the calculation of price elasticity, or the meaning of the result that shows butter bread demand is unitary elastic. I would also like to hear your opinions. For example, do you think price is the most important factor that influence students when buying food products? Or are there other factors such as a taste, quality, or brand preference that might also affect consumer decisions? Please feel free to ask any question or give any comments related to this topic. To conclude, this research showed that change in price have an important influence on consumers' demand, especially for food products that have many alternative choice. Based on the research result, the increase in butter bread price from 5,000 to 7,000 caused a decrease in demand from a 30 purchase to 18 purchase per day. This indicates that consumers, especially students at business center and the last university, respond to price change by reducing their purchase or choosing other products that are considered more affordable. The elasticity calculation result in a value of min 1.0, which means the demand for butter bread is classified as unitary elastic. This explains that the percentage change in price has the same proportions as the percentage change in quantity demand. In other words, consumers are quite sensitive to change in the price of this product. Furthermore, this research highlights that consumer decisions are not only influenced by price but also by purchasing power and the availability of substitute products. Since students have many food alternatives around the campus area, they can easily switch the other products when the price of butter bread increase. Therefore, this research provides an important understanding that pricing decisions should be carefully considered by sellers. Maintaining competitive price, product quality, and understanding consumer behavior are important strategies to maintain demand in a competitive market environment. Overall, this study proved that economics theories such as a demand theory and price elasticity are not only concepts learned in class but also can be applied to explain real situations in everyday life. Okay, before I officially end this presentation, I would like to emphasize that this research gives us a simple but a meaningful lesson about how economic concepts work in real life. The case of butter bread at Business Center Andalas University showed that a small change in price can influence consumer behavior, especially when consumers have limited budgets and a many choice available around them. Through the research, we can understand that demand is not only affected by the product itself, but also by external factors such as price, purchasing power, and the availability of substitute goods. This study also reminds us that a business needs to understand consumer behavior before making decisions, especially related to pricing strategies. A good pricing strategies should consider not only production costs but also the ability and preference of consumers. In conclusion, economics theories such as a demand and elasticity are not only theories that we learn academically, but they can also help us analyze and understand situations that happen in our daily lives. Thank you very much for your attention and for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope this presentation can provide useful information and a better understanding of how price change can influence consumer decisions. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.